All right. I sure hope the Oath Keeper's message has taken hold, because the government is now ordering ammunition for various agencies that have no law enforcement function whatsoever, like the National Oceanic and Weather Administration and NOAA, uh, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or whatever it is, something like that, and National Weather Service and people in places like that. Also, of course, we all know the NDAA, allows the Army to basically do whatever they want to the people. It completely and totally obliterates any scraps or shreds of posse comitatus, which was technically a majority of that was repealed in 2004. That's why you saw members of the active duty Army marching in New Orleans during Katrina. Um, I hope that the National Guard just stays home. Members of the National Guard or the, Sheriff's Department or your local police, I hope they just stay home when this all goes down. They're ordering ammunition for something. Now, it may not be a brute force takeover. Who knows? It may be, civil unrest or something like that. You never know. Just be ready. We've been talking about having food and water and weapons and being able to board up your home and stuff like that, protect from civil unrest, or even protect yourself from your government. Because let's face it, there were police officers in New Orleans, and it's been documented and videotaped over and over again, who walked into people's houses without warrants, uninvited, and took their guns and arrested them and took them to a big concentration camp known as the Superdome, where people died and were raped and got sick. That's a concentration camp, people. So if you think our government's not capable of it, you're wrong. They are. It happened in our lifetimes. We're not just talking about World War II with the internment camps and the Japanese. We're talking about now, 2005. People were taken to the concentration camps against their will, to the Superdome. The holding area is the Superdome, and they were left for dead. They broke into people's houses, took their firearms. Our government is capable of doing this, ladies and gentlemen. It was capable under the Bush administration. It's capable under the Obama administration and every administration that's yet to come. You know what I mean? I'm just glad that people are getting fired up about the election, because it means that people, depending on who wins, no matter who wins, I think people are going to start buying guns and stocking up and that sort of thing. There's going to be another run on guns and ammo. There's going to be another run. Just so get yours now. Do it now. Get your ammunition and whatever weapon you're going to buy, be it a shotgun, a rifle, handgun, whatever, and buy plenty of ammunition. And get your certification to carry your weapon on your person. Do it. Because, if we go through a state of civil unrest, you're not going to be able to go anywhere without being armed. And you want to try and do it legally if you can, although I think that the whole idea of, having to ask the permission from the government to exercise a right is bullshit, But at any rate, prepare yourself. Prep. Food, water, protection, and shelter are the three main things. And then you got communications and medicine. Those are the five pillars. It's the star. It's like the 5 stars of prepping. Shelter, protection, food, and then medicine and communications. And have an emergency radio so you can listen to news broadcasts, or maybe a walkie-talkie so that you can communicate with your neighbors and stuff like that. Because cell phones and house phones, they're going to be down. They're gone. But a shortwave, little walkie-talkie thing, even a kid's walkie-talkie, something like a little... I remember when I was a kid, I had a little walkie-talkie, 2 little walkie-talkies with a G.I. Joe stamp on it or whatever like that. Even something like that, if you can keep them charged, will help you communicate with your neighbors and say, hey, come on over here, or I got something for you, or something like that. Let's meet somewhere in the middle between our properties and exchange food or whatever, that kind of thing. That way you can communicate with each other. So, even the most rudimentary communication device can come in handy. Flashlight, you can flash something at each other. You know what I mean? And but just be armed and protected. I see some bad stuff coming down the pipe. Oh, another thing, an Army field manual has emerged, and I'm still researching this, but I'll get this to you as soon as I can. And if anybody watching this video knows about this, there's an Army field manual with how to combat militias. They're planning on using their own army. Now, I've often believed, and I had some faith in humanity and faith in God, that the God-fearing members of our military will not take on the American people. And once footage of that gets out, Americans are going to be scared, and Americans are going to be pissed, and all that stuff like that. people think that Obama was hope and change and the anti-war candidate. Now, if this happens under his administration, what possible explanation could Obama supporters have? Could their hatred for conservatives possibly justify, oh yeah, well, they can do whatever they want with the conservatives. It doesn't affect me. Those people have guns. They're crazy anyways. Take them out. Yeah, put them in the camps. What kind of evil is that? What kind of evil is that? You know what I mean? So that's what I foresee happening. I know a lot of liberals that are just dead set against guns, and if, you know, there have been liberals in Congress that have called for military action against anybody who has a gun, and just, you know, and Dianne Feinstein saying something like, yeah, if I could get 51 votes, I would say, America, turn on your guns, you know. And what's going to happen, I think it's going to happen in 2014 when the nationalized health care takes effect, because people are going to resist. They're going to say, no, I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it in national health care. They can come take me away. You know what I mean? They can't take us all. There's 100 million gun owners, man. I hope that, like the NRA, we need some celebrities, some conservative, like your Ted Nugents and your Chuck Norrises, and your Richard Mack. Richard Mack's a former sheriff, and your Jesse Venturas, and, you know, and people like that to actually step up and say, no, we're not going to do this. Americans, you have a right to resist. It is your right to resist. You have people. I mean, Jesse Ventura, for fuck's sake, had a video, a book called "Don't Start the Revolution Without Me." You know, he's practically calling for it. You know, I hope people like that, if they're not taken out or captured themselves, have the wherewithal to blow the whistle on this tyrannical military action that's coming, because it's coming, people. It's coming. It's possible that we can stop it, head it off at the pass, but it's coming. It's been building up to this. Now, for a long time, like I said, I didn't think it was possible for a brute force takeover to actually occur, because I had faith, and I have police officers in my family, I have military in my family, and I don't foresee them kicking in people's doors. If you have family members who are cops or military, talk to them. Talk to them. Get it done now. Show them the Oathkeeper videos. Show them the Army Field Manual where it talks about dealing with militias. You know? I'm still doing the research on this. I heard this on talk radio. There's an Army Field Manual on how to deal with militias. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming faster than I thought it ever would. So we're going to have to be prepared for cities to get locked down. This is why you should have a supply of food. You need to be prepared for, be prepared to defend your home. Be prepared to defend yourselves, your family. Have that 12 gauge at the ready. Have that 357 Magnum at the ready. That AR-15 or that AK-47 or that 9mm pistol, that Beretta or that Glock. Have it ready, because you're probably going to need it. You're probably going to need it. So at any rate, just be ready. I mean, I just got finished seeing Maka Electrics. One thing about Maka is that he provides links and stuff, and I provide links when I can. But just, I haven't found. I looked very briefly for this field manual. I couldn't find it. But if anybody could find it, feel free to post it in the comments down below. I want everybody to have it. I want everybody to know that this is not just unfounded paranoia. That there's actually something to what we're talking about here. And just everybody get ready, man. Get ready to lock and load if necessary. All right. God bless you guys.